Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I am Jason, as always, the voice of MMA in Utah. My co-host, Zack Partridge. Mic drop, his head.
My head's just getting huge every time you say that.
But it's cool, though. I like it now.
It's cool. It's fun.
Should
that be my nickname when I walk out?
What? The voice? Yes! 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 We should put it on the shirts. Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh. That's funny.
Oh, you just heard it first here, folks. Pre-order right now.
Pre-order.
Pre-order your shirts right now.
I don't know if I could do that, bro.
So I got to say, I just got to give a shout out to Hector and his wife, Lauren, over at the Phoenix PI. We started a new fight camp this week, 8 week. It's almost going to be 9 weeks this time around. But man, if you're a fighter in the Sandy area and you don't have a conditioning, if you're not doing any type of conditioning program that's tailor-made for you to help you in your fights, you need to get with Hector, because everything is structured from recovery. We have a recovery day. We do yoga with his wife. It was amazing. We do freaking ice baths to recover on Friday. I love that place, man. I just got to give a shout out to those guys. Phoenix PI.
Phoenix Suns. Shout out to the Phoenix Suns.
Shout out to the Phoenix Suns last night. Yes.
Nailed it. I called it.
Story time. Jason, story time. Zack texts me 2 minutes before the game and says, "Hey, Devin Booker over 1.5 threes." And usually when you text me stuff like that, you're like, lock it, book it right now. And I'm like, all right, if he's that confident, I usually ride with you. That's just the relationship we have. If he says something's good, I ride with him. So
and vice versa. And vice versa.
So I start looking up his stats before the game starts, and I'm like, dude, what the hell? He only shoots 30% from three. Like, what are you doing?
He texts me. His exact text is, he sucks from three.
I'm like, he sucks. So the game's going. I'm not paying attention. I go get in the shower. I'm showering, and I'm thinking, gosh, it would be nice. Devin Booker just hit 2 threes in the first quarter, and the Suns just jump out to a big lead. I'm like, I haven't had that in a while. That'd just make my night. Get out of the shower. There's 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. He's got 4 3-pointers, and the Suns are up by like 20. Cash it.
Cash. 7 for 8 from 3 in the first half.
We're going to Cabo.
Oh, yeah. We're going to Cabo. Now we can afford it. Our wives are probably like, shit, you guys are gambling all of our money away. No, we're not. We're not, ladies. But anyways, that was pretty cool. It was fun. Hit that. And I just love being right. And for anybody that's listening that is a LeBron fan, I'm sorry, but he's a weenie and he'll never pass Jordan as the GOAT. Ever. It doesn't matter. There's nothing he can do that can change my mind now at this point. Space Jam. He can make 2 Space Jam movies.
Ain't gonna matter.
He can do whatever he wants. There's nothing that can pass him. Because guess what? One, LeBron, you can never say Jordan quit on his team. And LeBron's done it multiple times. As soon as he knows that he doesn't have a team that can win a title, he quits. 2. Babe, go buy some swimsuits. 2, it's for me, it's not like I don't have the same knocks, I guess, as everybody else, but the mentality, whether you like Kobe or not, that's fine. But at least Kobe never quit on his teams.
Dude, he's a killer.
He was a killer. He doesn't quit on his teams. LeBron's not even the baddest dude in the league right now. I'll take Dame Lillard. It's mentality over LeBron.
Is that the kind of the mentality? Yeah, right, Robbie? Hey, yeah, exactly.
Dude,
Robbie lives in California.
You know what's crazy? I've had so many people be like, I used to love the Lakers. Don't even cheer for them now. Don't even watch them because of LeBron.
Is it kind of the era that we're in now, though? Like with the relationships that the players have, that they're just kind of like, they don't seem like they care. They don't care as much.
You know what? And I do not like Russell Westbrook, but at least he gives a, what? And guess what? He's not friends with anybody when he's
passionate.
I can respect that about him at least.
It's kind of like,
don't like him that much, but I can respect that about him for sure.
I don't know why I'm comparing this, but it's kind of like the fight. the fight game, right? It's like, hey, you like Justin. You and Justin are, I'd say you guys are friends. You're cordial. You get along.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we're cool.
You guys are going to go fight. You're not going to go you're not going to go be buddy, and you're not going to be out drinking with the guy. It's like, hey, we're going to fight and we're going to have a great time. And we're going to, whoever wins, congratulate each other. You're going to shake hands, and it's going to go right back to normal again.
You'll never see me do at the end of like the third round or like the fifth round and someone where they like give each other a hug before the round starts. Like, I'll never do that. I'll never do that.
But have you been in that kind of fight before? Because a lot of times those guys that do that have been in a war. Now, I'm not speaking from experience, but you notice that happens when guys have been in like a freaking war. Do you think
I'm not slamming them, or I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm saying I'll never do that.
I get it.
I'm more. My dad more raised me with the mentality. I think I'm a little old school in my competitiveness because of how my dad raised me. But like I'm more like Robbie Lawler and Rory McDonald, where they're in the middle of that war and they don't want to go back to their corners.
Yeah. Or you're like,
you know what I mean? Like that's how, and then we could be cool after.
I get it. Yeah. There's something seems a little off.
I don't like it. It's the AAU crap. I'm telling you, AAU's ruined the NBA.
I feel bad for Lillard, man. He's got to leave.
No, he doesn't have to leave. Actually, I actually think they have pieces.
Here's
the problem.
Can they get another player though?
You know what the problem is?
What?
CJ McCollum is a crappy number 2.
You think so? I don't think he's bad.
He doesn't show up in big games.
Yeah.
Double overtime game and he goes over.
Yeah,
If I'm Batman, my Robin's got to be able to get some buckets too.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean? Like Donovan Mitchell for the Jazz, he's our Batman, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? Mike Conley's hitting shots. Bogdanovich is hitting shots. Like Clarkson hit shots. Now they don't do it game in, game out, but Mitchell always knows he has another guy or two that's gonna hit shots and come through. Ingles, Royce, like all those guys, right? Look at your great Pistons team that won a championship. Your last great Pistons teams, right? Rip Hamilton was like the guy on offense.
Yeah.
But guess what? Chauncey hit shots. Sheed hit shots. Like you guys had other guys that would step up and hit shots. Robert Horry made a living off of being a role player that hit shots.
Big shots all the time.
Dame Lillard does not have that other guy that's like, I know that guy's going to hit a shot. Melo actually had a good year, but like he's not the number 2. Your number 2 guy has got to hit shots. He does not have a reliable number 2.
I don't know if he'll get it in Portland. I really don't.
Ship CJ.
Who are they going to bring in?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That'd be a good one. I don't know.
Give me a sec. I'll find you a good answer.
All right. Think on that. Should we break down this card?
Yeah. I like this card, actually.
It's a great card.
Saturday night's going to be fun. And I'm going to reiterate this, and you guys are going to hear me complain about this for a while. I'm so pissed that UFC 264 is on a Sunday.
Is that because of the Australians? Is 264 with Izzy? Is that Izzy?
I think no. Whatever one's in July. Whatever one's July 11th. Yes, with Izzy.
Do you think it has something to do with it being
that's July 12th.
Yeah, that's
a Saturday.
Well, which one are you talking about? Saturday the 19th? No, that's Vegas.
Didn't we see a card that was on a Sunday? It said Sunday.
You said it. I didn't see it. Saturday's UFC 264 Saturday.
Okay, good.
You're smoking.
Okay, good.
That's McGregor Poirier. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm just saying, do you have a good thing going for Saturday nights? Don't ruin it by putting it on Sundays.
Yeah, don't ruin that.
Don't ruin my Sunday nights, please. Don't make me like do my family stuff and have to watch the fights the next day. Please.
Yeah, we'll be in trouble if we do that.
It's a lose-lose. Please don't do that to me.
All right, let's just start at the bottom here. We will start with the first fight of the night. Claudio Puelles. I don't know if I said his name right. He is fighting Jordan the Monkey King Levitt. Claudio is 9-2. He is 5'11" with a 72-inch reach. Mr. Levitt is 8-0, 5'9" with a 71-inch reach. Pretty similar height and reach advantage on these guys.
Mm-hmm.
What do you like on this one?
I like Jordan Levitt, and I like him a lot. I think he's about as close as a
like slam dunk on for like, I mean, anything can happen. And Claudio definitely has some,
he's got some good jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. He's got some good jiu-jitsu and he's got some highlights. You know, he's going to be a tough fighter coming out of Peru. But I actually think Jordan Levitt's very impressive. I like that he fights out of Syndicate down in Vegas. He has beaten some really good guys, came up through the tough guys, holds wins over Shane Shapiro in his amateur career and Julius DeCenzi, who we saw at the last Fierce card. I actually like Jordan Levitt. And Jordan hasn't lost. Like, yeah, he finishes people too. That's the other thing. Got to finish on the Dana White Contender Series, then goes in and slams Matt Wyman. Granted, Matt Wyman probably shouldn't have been in the UFC at that point.
Yeah.
But still, the guy, he did his job. You're the rising up and comer fighting a guy that probably still shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Go put him away early. Like, don't let it go 3 rounds. Like, he did his job. I felt like he did what he was supposed to do if you want to be a rising star in the sport. Matt Wyman was on what, like season 5 of The Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah. Yeah. He did what he was supposed to do. Yeah.
So it's like, I can't, if he went out there and like just dominated, but couldn't put him away, I'd be like, dude, he slammed him, finished him in like under a minute.
Yeah, it was impressive.
So I actually, I'm on Jordan Levitt. I like him. I don't know if I mean,
I don't like the inactivity.
200?
Yeah, I don't like the inactivity with Claudio because he fought, if I'm not mistaken, almost a year and 8 months ago was his last fight, and then the fight before that was 3 years ago. So he's got a lot of inactivity.
So both of us have done this though.
Yeah,
it's cost us a few times.
It has cost. It's gone both ways.
Get better because we don't know. It's flip a coin. It's why I don't love the minus. What is it? Minus 210.
Minus 200. I'm seeing
something like that. Yeah. So right around there. I wish that line was a little closer because I think Claudia is a tough guy and it's a tough fight. But now you're flipping a coin. Why has he been off so long?
Yeah.
And if it's because he's sharpening tools and getting better and realizing he had some deficiencies in his game and he was closing those holes and now he feels like he's ready, like that's kind of scary, you know? And I mean, he is on a 2-fight win streak, but he is just kind of inactive. So again, I like Levitt. Probably not. Levitt by knockout would be fun. Levitt by, I don't know.
I'm with Levitt. I'm not gonna. There's no money on that for me, but I'm with you on Levitt. Next up, we got Yusuf Zalah facing Sean Woodson. Zalah is sporting a 10-4 record. He is 5'10" with a 75-inch reach. The sniper is 7-1. He is 6'2", 79-inch reach. He is huge for this featherweight class.
He is huge. And I know that some people are really like high on him and like him. We picked against him. His last fight with our boy Juicy J served us well. He did have a really good win over Kyle Bochniak. Nice flying knee knockout in the Contender Series. I remember that well. Here's the thing, and that I'm really interested to see, and I think we will get an answer with this with Yusuf Zalah. One, Yusuf Zalah is a Glory MMA guy, James Krause. And you got to remember, and I should point out that Sean Woodson is almost a 2-1 favorite.
Yeah.
I think when you're tall and you have attributes, and this is something I've kind of always felt, but when you're tall and you have attributes, that gets you through a lot of the amateur and low-level pro stuff pretty easily. A lot of people aren't experienced enough to deal with a 6'2" guy at 145 pounds.
Yeah.
But he ran into a vet like Julian Erosa, and he hit Julian, but Julian also knew how to weather it, found his opening and submitted him, right?
Yeah.
I don't know it. It's not that I don't know. Yusuf Zalah doesn't have the experience that Julian did to be able to maybe do that.
Yeah.
But he is experienced, and it's what I always say is he's going to be prepared. He fights under or he's a Factory X guy. I think it's a really good fight. I mean, could even be a fight of the night. It's really entertaining. I like Yusuf Zalah to win via decision. A little underdog pick there.
I like it.
And he's got to get a win. He's coming off a two-fight losing streak.
I think I like everything you said. I think Zalah is the better fighter. I'm going to take the odds, man. I'll take the plus money.
Yeah.
And I like that decision too. I really like that.
I don't see either of them finishing each other.
Next up, we got Manon Fiorat against Tabitha Reese. Manon is 6-1, 5'7" with a 66-inch reach. Reese, the BB Shark, is 5-0, 5'1" with a 62-inch reach, and she's taking this fight on short notice.
Reese is taking on short notice, but she's minus Fiorat is minus 600 for a reason here.
Yes.
Reese,
a savage.
She's a savage. Reese's got some good wins though, and she's had some good finishes. Knockout, arm bars. Her last 3 fights have been in LFA, 3-0 in LFA. I do like that. This is a big step up.
Before you go on, I just want to interrupt you. She hasn't fought anybody with a winning record.
Has she? I didn't notice that.
Yeah, if you look at that LFA, the girl she beat, the first one was 0-0 in LFA. Then she fought a 1-5 girl. She armbarred her, and then she fought a 2-3 girl. Would we like to see her fight somebody with a little better record? Sure, but she got in there and she did what she was supposed to do. In fact, she finished. Well, the first girl she went to decision, but she finished the last 2. So, you got to. To me, that stands for something.
But Fiorat, I just think she's
on another level.
She's on another level. She's on an 8-fight win streak. Confidence is high. I like that. I feel like she kind of went through her growing pains early, and then once she's caught her stride, and now she's just marching through that flyweight division. I think she's going to be up there. I think just her aggression and her sheer power. She's going to have a number next to her name probably by the end of next year.
I think so too. She's legit. I like her to finish Reese in this one. I think she finished.
You can get her. Let's see, Fiorat. Oh, they don't have that prop up on ours.
Not yet. I was trying to pull up the page and I can't find it now.
All right, but anyways Fiorat, by the way, she's a lock of the night on DraftKings.
Yeah, 100%. Next up, we got Alan Patrick is 15-3. He is fighting Mason Jones, sporting a 10-1 record. Patrick is 5'11" with a 74-inch reach, and the Dragon Jones is 5'10" with a 72-inch reach. This might be another lock of the night for one of your DraftKings, in my opinion.
What if we have a different opinion on this fight?
We might have a different opinion on it.
No, we don't. Mason is a monster.
He's a monster. He lost his last fight, but that was short notice.
It was short
notice fight.
Short notice. UFC debut, a veteran in Mike Davis. Like, the cards were kind of stacked against him. I thought he fared pretty well. Yeah. I actually remember watching that fight thinking, I'm like, this wasn't a bad loss for him. I think that was a good fight for him to let him know where he's at and let him know, yeah, I'm the man at Cage Warriors, right? He's a Cage Warriors champ.
No, he was Cage.
He's like, I'm the man at Cage Warriors. This is on a different level. I need to step it up. And I think he's the type of guy and he didn't shy away from Mike Davis at all. I like him. And I think they're doing Alan Patrick a little dirty here. It's like, hey, 37-year-old. Here's this young, hungry lion that could be like one of the future stars of this sport. Here you go.
and on short notice.
Yeah, he's on short notice too. I not only do I like Mason Jones, I think he finishes him violently.
I like it. All right, next up we got Francisco Trinaldo against Muslim Salikov. Dude, I don't even need to give the breakdown because I'm looking at this guy's profile pic on Tapology with the Russian Olympic medal around his neck. Anyways, Trinaldo, 26-7, 5'9" with a 70-inch reach. Muslim is 17-2, 5'11" with a 69.5-inch reach. What's there to break down?
Well, you obviously like the Russian.
I like the king of Kung Fu. He's from Russia. Trinaldo's older. Not a lot older. I take that back. He's 6 years old. He's 42.
You're going to hate me then.
You're going to go the opposite way?
I like Francisco Trinaldo in this fight a little bit.
I don't hate it. I actually don't hate that.
Because here's the thing. Trinaldo, I don't know what USADA test that he's passing, but he doesn't pass the eye test. He doesn't fail test, but for 42 years old, he does not pass the eye test. I don't know what type of horse meat he's eating, but that dude, he's in shape. And dude, he's looked great in his last bunch of fights.
Yes.
Like Bobby Green was kind of on a run. Like he has a win over Bobby Green in Bobby Green's recent run. I thought he won the fight against Alexander Hernandez. I remember watching that fight thinking that Alexander Hernandez got a favorable judge's decision there. He could be on a 5-fight winning streak with his last legitimate loss coming to James Vick back in 2018. But I mean, that's not a great loss, but look at the guys if you look at the guys he loses to, and I'm really big on that. If people haven't noticed, but since 2014, Michael Chiesa, who's probably one win away for being in the title picture, Kevin Lee, who fought for an interim title, in 2007, he fought James Vick, who was undefeated at the time and was like a big name coming up. Like, okay, like maybe that turned out to be not a great loss, but Vic was a problem just because he was giant at that.
Yeah.
But then other than that, and then even Hernandez, even though I thought he won the fight, that's not a bad loss. Like, so is this Russian guy like a top? Is this Russian guy a top guy? Like, is he going to have a number next to his name soon? Because that's kind of the only people that beat him.
Well, another thing that you need to take into account for is I just noticed Trinaldo normally fights at lightweight and he's moving up to welterweight for this fight.
Yeah, because he's getting old. You can't cut weight forever like that.
I get it.
Siliakov he's bigger. And so
Zack, what is the first commandment of betting?
I know.
You're breaking it. On Monday morning, you're going to be like, I can't believe I did it, but I did it.
You said it yourself. You don't hate it. Like
I don't hate it.
I just think that Trinaldo's like you're getting him at plus 200. I think it's about a coin. I think it's about a coin flip.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't mind it.
I like to pick some underdogs sometimes. So be it.
Sometimes you got to roll the dice.
Leave me alone. Don't, as you like to say, don't at me.
Don't at me, bro.
Don't at
bruh,
me, bro.
as my daughter makes fun of me because I don't know how to say bruh right. Next up, we got Tanner Bowser fighting Ilir Latifi. Bowser is 19-7-1, 6'2" with a 75.5-inch reach. The Sledgehammer, 14-8, 5'10" with a 75-inch reach. Kai, I got your question. I'll message you after. Who do you like in this one? Who do you like in this one?
Not only do I love Tanner Bowser in this.
Love?
I do.
Love?
Really?
Okay.
You know what's crazy about this fight to me is Latifi's the smaller guy coming up from 205, right? So you think like he's probably quicker. Bowser moves.
Bowser does move very
well as any heavyweight. He's really good. And you look at the guys that he's lost to, it's like,
I mean, did he lose the Arlovsky fight?
I didn't think so.
I didn't think so either.
Lost
to Cyril Gagne, who's probably going to be fighting for the title. He wins his next one.
He beats Volkov, and he's right there. I mean, those are his two losses in the UFC, and he has some good wins too. I like Bowser. I'm high on Tanner Bowser though. I think he's a stud. Like, and I'm a fan of watching him fight. And he's really, and I know he's going to be pissed because he's trying to get that fight with Mo Green for about a year, and now Mo Green's been asked to leave the UFC's premises. So
yeah, I don't hate it. I'm all over it too. I like Bowser. I'm with you. Next up, we have Montana De La Rosa against Ariane Lipski. De La Rosa is 11-6-1, 5'7" with a 68-inch reach. The Queen of Violence is 13-6, 5'6" with a 67-inch reach. So they're pretty much dead on as far as height and reach is concerned. and similar in experience too.
Yeah. Who do you like?
I like Lipski a lot, man, but I don't like De La Rosa at minus 260. I don't see her dominating the fight like that. I mean, I think Lipski learned a little bit from that last Shevchenko fight, like because she got worked, and we were high on her on that fight, thinking she would win it. I think I'm gonna go with the underdog. I'm gonna go Lipski because I think on the feet, it's pretty much a coin flip on the feet. Maybe Lipski's a little better on the feet. Yeah, I keep going back and forth, but I'm going to go with Lipski on this one. I'm going to take the dog.
I'm not touching this, but I think Montana De La Rosa wins a decision.
Okay.
Because I actually think De La Rosa's striking is a little bit better than Lipski's. Also, moving her camp to Elevation Fight Team in Colorado and train. She has good training partners. She does get to work with like Rose and some of those girls.
You know who Lipski's training with?
Who?
Amanda Nunes.
Oh, yeah, but what's Amanda Nunes going to do for her?
Maybe a little bit rubs off. What do they call that? When you're next to somebody that's greatness, a little that they call it the rub off or something. There's a word for it. I heard it on a podcast.
You listen to too many podcasts.
I do. All right, so you're De La Rosa by decision for you.
I gotta feel like De La Rosa should be like a minus 150 though.
I don't like the minus 260. I would be if it was there, I'd probably jump all over it.
I'm just saying, like, but don't look at the odds. Like, who do you think wins the fight?
Lipski. I'm taking Lipski. I'm taking Lipski.
Okay.
Next up, we got to cruise through these because we got a 2:00.
We're cruising.
Okay, next up we got Makwan Amir Khani. He is fighting Kamula Kirk, the Jawaian. Amir Khani is 16-5, 5'10" with a 72-inch reach. Kirk is sporting an 11-4 record, making his UFC debut. 5'10" with a 75-inch reach. This is one that I might take a stab on.
You're crazy.
Honestly, I know I shouldn't on the UFC debut, guys.
No.
But you think Amir Khani just finishes him?
Smashes.
Well,
Kirk took it on super short notice. He was supposed to fight Nate Landwehr.
Yeah.
Who had to pull out due to injury. I'm
with you. I highlighted Amir Khani. I just was trying to see if we could cause a little stir.
No, it's fine. And hey, props to Kirk, and he's good, and he's tall. For a 145er, he's 5'10", he's long, 75-inch reach. Like, he definitely has some attributes. Coming up through the LFA ranks a little bit. Lost to Billy Quarantilla on the Contender Series a few years ago. Been fighting in the LFA other than that. I just no.
All right.
Too much too soon. Sorry.
We're both on Amir Khani then.
Dude, right. Amir Khani, and as you like to point out, he wins the Tapology picture.
Oh, yes, for sure. He does win the Tapology.
He's got 4 models with him while he's chilling on a couch.
That's pretty cool.
Bro,
that's pretty cool.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And you got to remember, too, lost to Edson Barbosa. Not a bad loss.
No.
Lost to Shane Burgos. Not a bad loss.
Not a bad
lost
loss.
a split decision to Arnold Allen. Not bad. Like, those are his losses in the UFC. Those are 3 killers.
I like it. Next up, in the middleweight division, we got Tom Breeze fighting Antonio Arroyo. Tom Breeze is 12-3. He is 6'3" with a 73.5-inch reach. Arroyo is 9-4. He is 6'3" with a 73.5-inch reach. So these guys are about as even as you can get as far as stats are concerned.
Yeah, but guess what? One of them didn't lose to like a midget wrestler in Duran Win. Like, I'm still mad about that. I will never pick Arroyo. I'll never pick him.
I forgot about that one. I really did.
Tom Breeze, the answer is Tom Breeze. Anytime Arroyo is fighting, the answer is always the other guy. No offense to Duran Win. You're a great wrestling coach. You have a great wrestling pedigree, but you're in the UFC fighting at middleweight at 5'6".
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah.
Arroyo, no. The answer is no always.
So we're all on top. We're both on Tom Breeze.
I'm not going to lie. This is going to sound moronic, and I know this as I say it. I'm just prefacing this is going to sound horrible. If they said, hey, Zack, pro debut, short notice fight at 185, you get a fight Duran win. I'd do it.
He'd scoop you up and slam your ass.
I'm sure he would, but he's 5'6", and if he still has to make 185 pounds, I feel like I can at least handle myself a little bit. Guess what? If they come to me and say, Zack, Cole Schaefer's going to the UFC, 185. His first fight's Duran win. Cole Schaefer's going to be a big underdog. I'm like, yeah, I'll put money on Cole.
All the marbles.
Yeah, I'm Cole, all in.
I just picked up his shirts today. It's pretty sweet.
But you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't mean to be super disrespectful because he's a good coach. He's obviously a good fighter. Showed a lot of heart in that fight.
He did.
I mean, I'm just going to say it. The balls on this guy to be 5'6" and going fighting these monsters at middleweight. Like, I respect Duran win. Don't get me wrong.
It's pretty legit.
But he's 5'6".
So you like Tom Breeze?
I love Tom Breeze. I cannot express this enough. The answer is Tom Breeze.
All right, you're all in. All right, next up we got Tusco Todorovic against Gregory Rodriguez. Todorovic is 10-1. He is 6'1" with a 74-inch reach, and our boy Rodriguez is RoboCop, 6'3". Oh, he's 9-3, 6'3" with a 76-inch reach. So RoboCop's a little bigger, a little bit longer reach. If you look at his Tapology page, the guy looks like he's older than me, and he's 29. Like, look at his Tapology. He looks like he look like he could be your grandpa, Uncle Gregory, at the barbecue.
I wish I looked like that at 29. He's huge.
Yeah, but you're gonna look ripped at 45.
45?
Yeah, you're gonna be ripped when you're 45.
Oh, 45 years old. I thought you meant like 145. Like,
because
what?
Yeah, at 29, you're a little overweight, right? You're a little heavy.
Little. I'm thicker than a Snickers, bro. I look like the Michelin Man.
So now you're switching it around. By the time you're 45, you're just gonna be like,
I'm gonna be Jack Grandpa. We'll be on all the TRT. We'll call me TRTZ.
Did you see that video of Vitor Belfort?
Yes.
You could tell he's definitely not on the TRT right now.
No. He's saggy.
Yeah, he doesn't look good.
It's not good. But he'll look great by the time it's time for him to fight again. He'll be on all the juice, all the supplements, all the steroids, everything.
So who are you going with, Thunder or RoboCop?
Dude, I was really disappointed because I was all on Thunder his last fight. And he does this crap where he throws punches, and when they throw him back, he does this with his hands down. And he leans back. And I was like, he's got to stop that because he's eventually going to get clipped. And he got clipped and dropped like 4 times in that fight.
Yeah.
So can I say this? First off, I'm not going anywhere near this fight betting wise.
Okay.
Not going anywhere near it because I'm just going to say this. I will pick Thunder. I will pick Tusco because I think he has more attributes about him.
Okay.
But I'm making the asterisk on this. If I see him throw one punch and then lean back with his hands down, I want to automatically switch my pick because he hasn't learned his lesson. And he doesn't deserve to be picked if you can't learn from your losses. Like, it's one thing to get caught.
Yeah.
But when you get clipped because you have horrible technique and deficiency at this level, you've got to fix and correct that.
Yeah. No, I get it.
And so I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt of like, okay, he got by with it. He got to the UFC. It was fine. He was undefeated. And then he finally learned his lesson with his bad technique. Now it needs to be corrected. If he comes out with like a tight high guard and he's throwing punches and bringing his hands back to his chin, I'm all in on this guy again. I still like him. I train with the Serbian. They're scary human beings.
They are very scary. It's just very scary.
But if you have bad technique at that level, I don't care if you're Russian, you can't win if you have bad technique.
See, that scares me a little bit. I'm gonna take a shot on the underdog. I'm gonna go RoboCop on this one.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
You just picking him because he looks more like your age than 29.
That's true. I will say though, isn't he the one that? Here's what scares me a little bit on that one. I'm going to change my pick. I'm going to go back to Tusco. You want to know why? Because this guy he's fought 2 fights in the last 2 months. He just fought a week and a half ago. This is the guy that won the middleweight belt on LFA.
Oh yeah, I don't
like him having to cut weight 3 times in the last 2 months. I actually really love Thunder. I'm really all over that. Now. I just looked at my notes and remembered that.
Minus 130. That's a nice value there.
It was 165 on Tapology. Is it 130 right now?
On our site, it is 130.
I'm all over that.
Who asked where we use?
I said it. I told him I'd message him.
Yeah, Kai. Yeah, okay. Hit us up.
Yeah, I like it. Is it 130? I might put that in right now. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Anyways,
people are going to listen to our podcast. That line's going to go up.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Get in now. All right. Next up, we got Santiago Ponza Nibio against Miguel Baez. Argentine Dagger is 27-4, 6 foot tall with a 73-inch reach. The Caramel Thunder. I love his nickname, Caramel Thunder. 10-0, 6'2", 74-inch reach advantage. He's a big freaking welterweight. I'm all over Baez, dude. I like that kid. I love this kid.
I was about to say, I don't just like Baez. I love Baez. I think he's a stud.
I watched that Matt Brown fight yesterday again, and he got dropped and just popped right back up and just was walking through and ended up knocking Matt Brown out. Like he's
mentally tough too. Here's the thing. He could be a potential superstar. He's got the look. He's got the skills. He's got the mental toughness. He can overcome adversity. Like he's gonna be a monster. He could be everything we thought Santiago Ponza Nibio was gonna be.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think this is a passing of the torch moment where it's like, remember, we thought nobody wanted to fight Ponza Nibio forever.
Yeah.
And then he got that injury, and then it was like, oh, okay. And he just I was so excited when he returned and he fought Leach, whatever, right? Was that him?
Yeah, he fought
Leon Lee.
Jingliang Li. Yeah.
The Leach guy. Yeah, the Leach. And I was like, Ponza Nibio, I think he puts him away. Like he's still a monster. That's the guy that he whooped up on Neil Magny and like kind of, I'm like, he's no joke. And then, but you could tell that 3-year layout, like I just don't think he's the same anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think physically he didn't look the same.
Yeah. And he's almost 35 years old. Like
and Baez is
he's a monster. Yeah. 6'2", 74. Yeah, he's a big welterweight. How tall is Kamara? Is he 6'1", 6 foot?
I don't know.
Him and Kobe, I think, are both like 6 foot.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we're both on Baez, right?
Oh, yeah.
Love him. All right. Next up, we got Roman.
Baez fight knockout.
I like that too. Roman Dolids against Loreno Staropoli. Roman Staropoli. Roman's 8-1. He is 6'2" with a 76-inch reach. Pepe is 9-3 he's 6'1" with a 71.5-inch reach. I'm all over Roman on this one too. Strapoli's short notice, moving up a weight class. I
don't like it at all for Starpoli, whatever. Stroganoff. I don't care what his name is. Roman, I think Roman should still be undefeated. I thought he beat Trevin Giles in that fight.
I did too.
And I remember, I think I was on Trevin Giles, and I remember being graciously surprised that the judge.
I think we both were.
Yeah. So no, I actually really like Roman in this one. I think he kind of smashes him, and I think he beats him via knockout, first, second round.
There's some money to be made on these because odds are pretty. I think that one's almost a coin flip. You're that Baez is minus 120. I love that.
Oh my gosh.
Roman's minus 140. Like either they're super high on this Starpoli guy, or I don't know. I don't know what we're missing, but short notice, moving up a weight class scares me.
I'm going to give a shout out to my nephew real quick.
Shout out to your nephew.
Just texted me. Taylor.
Yeah.
He goes, I've always been a LeBron sympathizer. I lost major respect for him this series. It's not even about him losing. It's about how he acted during the whole series. It's crazy when freaking 21, 22-year-old kids even see it and be like, what a freaking baby.
I was the same as him. I used to always, I love LeBron James. I watched him in high school, but just watching his demeanor and perception is reality, bro. And you're the perception of you out there, like you don't care and you're giving up. Like, sorry, but anyways, next up, 2 more fights to go. We got a fighter spotlight podcast coming on at 2:00, so we'll be jumping right back on after this. The big ticket, Walt Harris is fighting Marcin Tybura. The big ticket's 13-9. He is 6'5" with an 81-inch reach. Marcin is 21-6, 6'3" with a 78-inch reach.
Who do you like?
When I first looked at this, I really liked Harris, but the more I think Tybura is the better fighter.
Interesting.
And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's, he fought Overeem. Everybody was high on it because that was when they just found out about his stepdaughter, right? It was like right before that fight and emotional. We're all riding the high because he freaking drops Overeem. Fight probably should have been stopped, and then he gasses out and loses. Then he loses this next one 4 months later against Volkov. No shame in those losses. But I just think emotionally that I don't know. I'm not going to bet on this because of that, because I don't know. I don't know what you're going to see. I think overall Marcin's the better fighter, but I think Walt Harris could turn his lights out too. So
I think if you look at Marcin, and we've always said, this sport is setbacks and then breaking through.
Yep.
But Marcin has kind of always faltered when he's gotten that like step up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Greg Hardy, like, good win, but like anybody that's paying attention should have picked Marcin to go into that fight, I think.
Yeah.
Ben Rothwell, that guy's been off and on for as long as I can remember. Maxime Grishin, it's like, The Sergey Spivak win, I thought that was a good win. But, he's lost to the main event, Sakai, Derek Lewis, Fabricio Verdum. I feel like every time he's ready to break through, he stumbles. And Walt Harris has been over here fighting top 5 guys.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, Walt Harris it's one of those things where it's like, he's, MMA math a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Spivak loses to both of them, except one of them finished him and knocked him out in the first round, and one of them just won a judge's decision. Walt Harris knocked him out in the first round, lost a decision. I actually think Walt Harris is the superior fighter here, and I think people are writing Marcin Tybura's win over Greg Hardy a little too much, because he did look really good in that fight, and he did finish Hardy, but like, I'm not. He did his job and he looked great.
Yeah.
I just didn't give me enough to be like, I'm confident to go that he's ready to make that jump to be mixing it up with the top 10 guys and picking wins. I still think Walt Harris is a top 10 guy.
Yeah.
So I'm actually pretty solid. I feel pretty good about picking Walt Harris in this one.
All right. I don't hate it. I'm staying away from it.
And it's been long enough now too, and you never get over something like that.
Yeah.
I'm a part of a family that lost a child. I lost, I wasn't old enough to remember yet, but my parents lost a sibling. Like, you never get over something like that, especially how traumatic it was.
Yeah.
But you do learn how to like deal with it a little bit more. And even in the Alistair fight, he handled it. I thought he handled it and he performed well in that fight. He just couldn't put him away when he needed to. And like you said, the ref probably should have stopped it.
Yeah.
And just didn't. And that's just unfortunate. And then it's like, you just lost then he lost to Volkov. Volkov's a giant problem in that division that nobody's really talking about.
He's a giant problem. He well could be.
Like, I actually think he's he's probably the guy that I look at the champ and Ngannou and be like, he might give Ngannou problems with his reach and his length. He could just teep the crap out of him.
Yeah.
And stuff. Like, he's the one guy that has attributes that Ngannou might not just be able to like overcome and overpower. I'm not saying he can't. I'm saying maybe it's something I want to see.
Yeah.
So losing to Overeem the way he did, when I'm like, in a way, I thought he pretty much had it and the ref just didn't do it. And then losing to Volkov, that doesn't bother me. I think Volkov's probably the 4th best heavyweight in the world right now. 5th.
Yeah. I mean,
you have Ngannou, Stipe, Lewis, Blades. That it's Volkov.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Unless unless wherever you want to slide in Mr. John Jones, if he fits into that picture anywhere yet, but he doesn't to me yet because he doesn't have a fight in the heavyweight division. So that's what I'm saying. I think Walt Harris is still right there. I think he's one of the between 6 and 8 best heavyweights in the world. I do not think Tibera is ready to start picking up wins against those type of guys yet.
We'll have to see how the fight goes. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all.
Just my breakdown. I've been wrong before.
I like it.
Be wrong again.
I don't hate it. Next up, main event: Jairzinho Rozenstruik fighting Augusto Sakai. Biggie Boy is 11-2. He stands 6'4" with a 78-inch reach. Augusto is 15-2-1. He stands 6'3" with a 77-inch reach. I'm kind of excited about this one, man. I think this is gonna be.
Are you?
I think it's gonna be a good fight. I really do. I don't know why. I think it's gonna be a good fight.
So I like Sakai. He's super durable. He takes a lot of punishment.
Who are you gonna pick?
I'm kind of set on Rozenstruik on this one.
Damn it! I thought I was gonna be different.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say I love Sakai. I love the shoey. I love everything about it.
He doesn't do the shoey. That's Tai Tuivasa.
Is it Tuivasa? I thought it was Sakai for some reason.
Sakai is Brazilian.
Oh, you're right. I'm thinking of yeah. I saw because Ty's fighting Greg Hardy. That's what got me thinking of it. Yes. My bad.
No,
I'm with you.
No, it's cool. But I just think Rozenstruik. I think Sakai will take a lot of punches. Like he gives out a good punch, but like he kind of eats some unnecessary shots. Yeah, I think Rozenstruik hits too hard, and I don't think you can do that with him. And the way Rozenstruik lost his last fight to Ciryl Gane, and he just never really pulled the trigger. You have to go into this fight going, okay, I need to pull the trigger on this fight and let my hands go. And if he does that, I think he knocks him out.
Because he has the power. He has.
I think he knocks him out inside 2 rounds.
I like it. I'm all over that. That one's already started. Matter of fact, I already placed my bet.
Locked it in, huh?
Locked it in already.
Okay, so real quick, because we only have a few more minutes.
Yeah, everybody jump back on. We got Aleko Poinar joining us. I've already sent the emails. We're going to jump right off of this one and go on to the other one with Aleko onto our YouTube page.
So if anybody wants to make money on DraftKings this weekend, don't at me if you don't. But
Zach's on a roll. I'm just going to say
we do pretty well on this. First and foremost, my first pick of the June 2021 draft is Amir Khani.
Okay.
Second pick, Baez.
Love it.
Third pick, our boy Tanner Boser,
love it.
Fourth pick, Fiorat. She's a monster.
Love it.
And now everybody knows on this, you gotta pick some upsets.
Okay.
You can't pick those high price guys without picking some upsets.
Yep.
That's my 2 upsets. One, great value at Walt Harris.
Love it.
It's only $7,500.
Okay.
Great value. And my other upset, insane value to me, Zalah is only $7,400.
Oh.
Those 6 fighters fit into your budget perfectly.
I'm in. Block it, book it, cash it.
It's a winner, guys. I'm just trying to make people money here.
At Zack on Monday. Holla.
Please gamble responsibly.
All right, guys, we're going to jump out of here. We're going to jump on this other podcast with Aleko. We'll see you in about 5 minutes. Thanks for tuning in.
LeBron's a punk.